£11 billion. It's a big number. Now, imagine losing that much money and then claiming to be good at budget management and then trying to stand to become the next Prime Minister. Yeah, that's Rishi Sunak. Hello everybody, welcome to the first video of the day. Thanks for all the kind messages. I had a couple of days break, which means we are slightly behind some of the news stories, but I'm going to analyze some of them anyway. And we're going to come to you guys every half an hour throughout the day with all those updates. But first things first, let's talk about Mr. Sunak, the man who managed to lose £11 billion at least during the lockdown days and everything else that happened since 2020. Initially claiming that I will do something about this. My team in the treasury will find that money. And then they gave up on that. They just like, well, their money's gone now. Let's just move on and find a way to print more money. That's the best way to do it. Now, how did they manage to do this, by the way? So one area was the bounce back loans during lockdown. Now, this scheme and project that helped a lot of people also meant that some criminals and fraudsters took advantage of it and took advantage of the concept of big governments and bureaucracy. And, they made a lot of money. How much? £4.9 billion just went away. And this was just one area, by the way. You had, again, the furlough system happened as well. We had a lot of issues with that. But when it comes to furlough, the fascinating thing about this concept was that while they gave away a lot of financial grants and everything else to small businesses and everybody else and employees, they didn't really do much when it came to self-employed. So a lot of the people who were self-employed were not entitled to financial support. But furlough, the amount was between £3.2 billion and £6.4 billion overall total loss. Now, it's fascinating that the Treasury, who would come after you, if, for example, you get caught that you haven't paid your license fee, and you refuse to do it, and they will come and they will literally take you away, and they will take you to court. But clearly, this amount of money is not really a big deal, according to HMRC. So, Rishi Sunak did say a while ago that a lot of people are concerned about the fraud that's been happening. And he said, no, I'm not ignoring it, and I'm definitely not writing it off. What happened? I mean, has anything else changed? Apart from the fact that, you lost your job, you resigned. But before resigning, it's now August. You still had some time since January until now, and before you obviously decided to stand for Prime Minister. Clearly, it was not a priority. Now, during the leadership election, we had people, including Kemi Badenoch, who exposed Rishi Sunak and his team, generally speaking, saying, well, it's just not believable. It's their fault, and we have to do something about this next time round. Now, we are going to come back in half an hour. We're going to tell you about the news that came out yesterday, a couple of days ago, about Michael Gove resigning from frontline politics. But again, there's a bit more into that story as well. So in half an hour, we're going to come back, subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.